You're listening to Emerson Whitner's NXT Report on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Emerson Whitner, and this is your NXT audio update for Wednesday, February 17, 2016, here on AngryMarks.com and WrestlingOutsiders.com. This was a good episode of NXT. A really good episode of NXT. There was something very amazing on this show, and we'll talk about it. First of all, we're still in the University of Central Florida, and we kicked things off this week with an 8-man tag featuring one team which had a certified G and a bona fide stud, teaming with his 7-foot-tall friend, and they teamed with the hottest, arguably most popular team in NXT. Yes, Enzo, Big Cass, and American Alpha versus Dash, Dawson, Blake, and Murphy, the four men who inexplicably won the NXT Tag Team titles last year. Corey Graves said that despite being on a college campus, Enzo and Cass, and I quote, still can't speak English properly. I should remind my least favorite announcer that NXT is normally at Full Sail University. Gable and Dawson started the match, which very quickly broke down into an 8-way free-for-all. The baby faces disposed of the heels, and everyone got to breathe for 30 seconds as we went to commercial. However, during that 30-second commercial break, the heels cut off Gable and we got the heat. This was a really fun match. The baby faces make an excellent 4-man team. They would not work as a stable, but as a semi-regular team, they made for a fun group. They had the match won with grand amplitude on Dawson, but Dash ran in and broke it up, so the babyface sent Dash back out of the ring, and Enzo pinned him with the rocket launcher. Deonna Purrazzo was interviewed about her match with Asuka tonight. She said she learned from the last time the two sports entertained. Dana and Emma walked in, said that they run NXT. Asuka was lucky to be the two of them, and that Purrazzo is pathetic if she thinks she can do what Dana and Emma could not do. Dana and Emma seem to be fortune tellers, because up next, Deonna Purrazzo got her head kicked clean off her shoulders by Asuka. The last time these two ladies sports entertained, Asuka knocked her the bleep out. Maybe she saw that Woman's Gauntlet from the TNA pay-per-view that Deonna was in, and she was just really angry about it. And her anger didn't let up here. Asuka kicked the hell out of Deonna using a flying knee bar, but the brunette Purrazzo reached the ropes and actually slapped Asuka in the face. I hope she paid up on her insurance premiums, because Deonna then tried coming off the ropes and got kicked right in the ribs. Ouch. Asuka used several submission holds before 3 spinning back fists and finishing off Purrazzo with a spin kick to the head. Then came the most amazing moment, not just of this week's NXT, but perhaps in NXT history. Eva Marie and Nia Jax were backstage cutting a promo together. Nia said they attacked Bayley and Carmella last week because Carmella would never even have had the title match if Nia had been cleared for the Battle Royal. And Eva Marie then talked for a little bit, and Eva Marie cut a good promo. The best promo of Eva Marie's career was here, as she worked off Nia Jax, and it was, I don't know if they took 375 takes, and it doesn't matter, because if they took 375 takes, that 375th take was the best one, because this was good. So I don't know who's in charge of promo classes down in NXT, but I'd like to point out in the past month, Enzo More's become a excellent, serious promo, and Eva Marie's cut a good promo. So someone down there in Orlando deserves a pat on the back. They did then announce that it would be Bayley and Carmella versus Nia Jax and Eva Marie next week. So I complimented her way too early. We then got the return of emo Alex Riley as he took on Ty Dillinger, and I found myself asking myself questions during this match. What makes Ty Dillinger a perfect 10? Can he do a windmill from the free throw line? Or can he jump over a mascot while passing the ball underneath his legs? Or could he go between his legs from the free throw line? Could he do a crazy 360 windmill while taking the ball from a mascot rotating on a hoverboard? Well, he's not Aaron Gordon and he's not Zach Levine, and I don't know what makes him the perfect 10, but, he still is better than Alex Riley. After some chain wrestling, Dillinger did a cartwheel, which I need to make one last basketball reference. Back in 1997 in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, Michael Finley did a half-assed cartwheel before dunking. But Ty Dillinger did an actual, honest-to-goodness, perfect 10 cartwheel. Alex Riley apparently was not sure of the rating system, as when he got the heat on Dillinger, he gave himself a 1. That may have been the number of people who cared about him on offense. Dillinger used an atomic drop, and Riley was so mad about this, he punched Dillinger right in the face. However, when Riley went for some sort of full Nelson-type move, Dillinger won his first match, seemingly ever, with a roll-up. Finn Balor was backstage and asked about Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn, so of course he talked about Apollo Crews, because why not? He put Crews over and looks forward to facing him in the future, and also mentioned he's looking forward to facing the winner of Zayn versus Joe. William Regal was in his office looking at his laptop when Baron Corbin walked in and demanded to be in the number 1 contenders match. Mr. Regal reiterated that he was the one that lost the triple threat match, so no. Corbin walked out saying that he believed in an eye for an eye, and I don't know what that meant. Did that mean he's going to make Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe tap out with a double submission hold? But don't fret, because you may have heard me say that and think that the main event was going to end with Baron Corbin running in for a double disqualification. That did not happen. Samoa Joe faced Sami Zayn next in a number 1 contenders match, and this match started slow. Very slow indeed. So slow that you could go to the bathroom, come back, and neither man had really broken a sweat yet. Joe stalked Zayn, kicking at his knee, and was able to back him into the corner before taking over with his corner Uranagi. It slowed down to a crawl with Joe hitting kicks, Joe hitting some moves, and it was just like, you're just waiting for stuff to happen. And then something happened. It built to Zayn making an explosive comeback, which was so hot as compared to the start of the match that it was hard to not get excited. Zayn tried 3 times to lift Joe up, but succeeded with the Blue Thunder Bomb on the 4th attempt. Both men hit their quote-unquote medium big moves out of nowhere, but in my opinion, if I had to find something negative with this match, and I know I guess I don't have to, but the referee, every time he'd count to 2, he would pull up before getting to 3, before either man had even started to kick out, much less had their shoulders up. The fans didn't seem to notice, but I did. So, who knows? Maybe someone else was sitting out there thinking they were the only one, but nope, you weren't. Zayn went for the Haluva kick, but Joe turned it into the Kakina clutch. He had to break it, though, because they were on the ropes. And then they did the Triple H Shawn Michaels finish from 2003. Zayn got out of a muscle buster and hit the Haluva kick. Joe fell down. Zayn fell down on top of him, but when he fell down, his shoulders were on the mat. However, Zayn's body was still covering Samoa Joe, but on top of that, Samoa Joe's right arm was actually on top of Sami Zayn. So Samoa Joe was covering Sami Zayn at the same time Sami Zayn was covering Samoa Joe. And the referee counted to 3, and we got a draw. Mr. Regal came out to investigate this, and the referee reiterated that it was a draw. Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe both argued with Mr. Regal and the referee as the referee explained the decision to William. And that was it for the show. Again, a really, really good show. Worth going out of your way to see, even if just because you need, to be shocked that Eva Marie did something good. But we're done for this week. I want to thank everyone for listening, and hope you all have a good week, and I'll talk to you again in 7 days.
You're listening to Emerson Whitner's NXT Report on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.